Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody. If you hear some beeps throughout, that means people are trying to get on the meeting and I have to admit them in. So if you also hear a dog, a rabbit, a wife, one of three children, the neighborhood kids, or anything else, I apologize. This is the first time I'm running something like this from my home for people who are not my direct colleagues. So I'm slightly nervous on my kids' behavior, and there's some things out of my control, but we're going to go ahead and take a risk here. My name is Dr. Eric Shuey. I'm the Executive Director for Southwestern City Schools. This is my 14th year in the district. I was assistant principal for 2 years at Westland High School. I spent 2 years as the principal at Jackson, and I'm in my 10th year at the district office. The ALC, the Accelerated Learning Center, was something that I was passionate about and worked on developing out several years ago with the help of a lot of colleagues in and out of the district. And tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about what the ALC is going to look like. And I met with new teachers today for an orientation, new high school teachers, and I kind of made the joke, how many of you new teachers are really happy you took that college course in virtual learning during a global pandemic? And everybody looked at me. Obviously, none of us ever took that course. None of us ever expected to be in this situation. And yet here we are. This is less than ideal. We want you all to be back in school every day, all day. Unfortunately, that's just not where we are right now. And a real quick kind of heads up that when we do come back, if it's anytime during the first semester, the ALC will still be done virtually because our partner, our college, is Columbus State Community College, and they're 100% virtual for the first semester. So even if we come back for your high school classes, we will be 100% virtual. So I wanted to put that out there. A little housekeeping. If you can see, I have attached to this meeting, there's one attachment, and it is the PowerPoint presentation I am going to present tonight. That PowerPoint presentation will be posted on your school website tomorrow, but definitely by Monday. And it will also be posted on the district website. So if you feel like you've missed anything, not only will that be on the websites, but me talking and walking through the presentation will be on the website. So don't worry if you feel like you've missed something. You can always come back and see the presentation again by accessing it through your school website or the district website. Also, because there's so many people, usually I take some questions, and that's going to be very difficult in the setting. So if you want to go onto the chat function and click the chat button, any questions you ask, what I'm going to do then is create an Accelerated Learning Center chat parking lot, basically. And it will be your questions with the answers that I can provide you, and we will email you. It'll be in a Google Doc, so you will have access to that Google Doc. So any of your questions that you have tonight, I will start working on those answers tomorrow afternoon, and you can access those answers because it'll be sent directly to you. It'll have everybody's answers on it and everybody's questions, but it'll act as a fact sheet, which I think will be beneficial and helpful. That being said, thank you for being here. You're in good hands with your counselors, your administrators, Columbus State Community College, and we're here to support you through this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start the actual presentation. And remember, please go ahead and feel free to get into the chat. And if I share my screen with you here, Okay, Mr. Jones, Balibu Jones, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. All right, good. Can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up. Perfect. See, we're working now. I like it. All right. So, the Accelerated Learning Center and dual credit. So here we are. We are back to school. As you see, you have your backpack, your text. Then there's a symbol for social distancing and obviously our COVID-19 face mask protection. That is where we are. There's really not a whole lot more protection than not coming into the buildings, but that's where we want to get to. Right now, we are looking at the Accelerated Learning Center being virtual for the first semester. We do not know what Columbus State's going to decide for semester 2. We are hoping that we are in the clear to have you come into the ALC and work face-to-face with each other and our college professors. Until then, all of your learning is going to be online. So there you have it. High school experience versus college experience. There's some differences in the educational culture and expectations between high school and college. In high school, most people know each other. Unless you're a transfer student or you've just recently switched buildings, you've gone through the system with each other. You're about the same age, hopefully, relatively close in age to your classmates. You have teachers that are really giving you frequent reminders. They're posting due dates on the chalkboard when they walk in. They give you tips about your homework. They do test review. Really, they do a lot of, not hand-holding is a terrible term, but they are there and really guiding you a lot differently than happens in college. There's also time provided in class to complete work. You get to do test retakes. That's pretty common. And parents, you're notified when progress declines. Some of that is going to look a little different in the classroom setting. For example, most students don't know each other when you get to college. You are sitting around students that can be any age range. And often you'll see students ranging anywhere from 17 to people in their 50s, 60s. That is not unusual at all. There's an assumption, too, that as a student in college, you know how to manage your time and your workload. So it is not like high school where you're going to have everything kind of lined up in an order for you, and you go through the day and this chronological order, and you get all these reminders. You are going to be the one responsible for your calendars, your schedule, and your workload. The instruction in college is a little more fast-paced. There's a lot more critical thinking, and you really do need to be reading. You'll be reading a lot of informational text, and the relationship between professors and student is between the professor and student. Parents, this is the hardest part. You will not have access to the college professor as you do a high school teacher. You cannot just call a college professor and say, hey, my student's not doing well. What's happening? What's going on? Or, hey, I saw their assignment. I don't agree with the grade. That doesn't happen like that in college. That being said, we do notify. We use a program called Starfish. The school counselor, so your student's counselor, or if you're a student, your counselor will get an alert if you are falling behind for any reason. Once we get that alert, we can then notify the student and let the parents know. The college won't do that. It's not how they function in college. But if we get that alert, we can let you know that that's happening. The only issue is that Starfish is only as good as the information that gets put into it. So if a college professor does not use it, we do not know that student is struggling, and we will have a problem getting that to you. I will say this, the professors that work in the ALC typically always all use Starfish. So if we get the alerts that you're struggling, we'll come talk to you about it. We'll maybe talk to your parents about it, but do not struggle silently. If you are falling behind, there are tons of resources. You do not have to worry. You do not have to fret. I will tell you, you're still making the right decision by sticking with the Accelerated Learning Center. You're still getting free college credit. You're still saving money, and you're still going to be able to transfer these credits to any 2-year, 4-year public and most of the private colleges in Ohio. And if you're going out of state, they treat it like any transfer credit. The college out of state might take some, they might not. It's no different than if I'm at a 4-year college at OSU and then I decide to go to Berkeley, and Berkeley will look at my transcript and make a decision which credits they're going to take from OSU, which credits they won't. So that's the way it works. And I know it's a little different from a college perspective than a high school perspective. Let's talk about the delivery model, logistics and calendars. So the Accelerated Learning Center follows Columbus State semester start and stop dates only. So when Columbus State starts, the Accelerated Learning starts. When Columbus State semester ends, the Accelerated Learning Center ends. If you see at the bottom here, it says the ALC follows our school district calendar for all other purposes. So all Southwestern City Schools holidays, early releases, late starts, any of those dates, the holidays, the national holidays, you will follow your school calendar, okay? So we start the ALC August 31st, and the first semester ends December 18th. So Southwestern City school year begins August 27th and ends December 18th. So they actually, for once, have the same end date for the semester. You'll see there's 4-day gap in the start and stop dates, and that's not unusual. The second semester starts January 28th for the ALC and runs through May 15th. Southwestern City School is back from the holiday break January 4th. So let's talk about that for a second. January 4th, our school district is back from the holiday break, but the ALC doesn't start till January 18th. Students, guess what? This is a benefit of being a college student. Those 14 days for a half a day, you don't have anything to do. Now, your parents will find something for you to do. If your parents really want to call the school and say, I don't want my kid home for 14 days, find something for him to do, then the school will find something for you to do. But you're a college student. It's the way it works. So for those 14 days, when Southwestern City School is back in session, if we are back in session, which I assume by then we will be, and the college isn't, you have a half day where you're not doing anything. So I just want to put that out there. Same goes for May 15th. Second semester, the year at the ALC ends on May 15th. Well, your school year, unless you're a senior, doesn't end until June 4th. So from the 15th to June 4th, the same thing goes. You have a half a day every day where you're not in class because your class ended. I know that's not why you're doing College Credit Plus and the ALC, but it sure is a benefit. The ALC follows, like I said, our school calendar. So let me talk about traditionally. Traditionally, the Accelerated Learning Center is located in CPOT on the second floor at Central Crossing High School. Due to COVID-19 for the first semester and possibly for the second semester, but definitely for the first semester, the ALC is going to be hosted in an online format. So traditionally, the ALC program is a half-day program where the AM session starts around 8 and ends around 10:30. The PM session starts around 12 or 1, depending what program you're in, and then ends at 3. Due to COVID-19, the online ALC classes will be offered asynchronously, meaning students can access the course and content at any time throughout the day. Even though it's asynchronous and you can do that at any time throughout the day, you will still be able to have access to college professors' office hours, and they might require you to jump on and meet with them in person. So that's between you and the professor. I heard a ding, so I'm going to exit this for 1 second. And I am going to see if I can admit a couple more people here. Okay. Now let's see if I can get right back to it. Oh boy. Got another ding. All right. For those who just got on, I just want to tell you that if you did miss some stuff, but this presentation is being recorded and it will be available to you from your home school's website, and it'll also be on the district website. So not only will you have the presentation, you can hear the recording, and not that this is a wonderful thing, but me talking. So don't fret. You will have access to anything that you missed. So parking, when you are back in session, if the ALC meets in person where the college professors come out to our building and they're teaching live, when that happens, you're still going to need to obtain a parking permit from your home high school. You do not have to get one from your home high school and Central Crossing. The one from your home high school will work at Central Crossing. You can park in the student lot, which is next to the tennis courts. Do not park in spaces that are directly in front of the building. That is not for students. And attendance, they will take attendance when you walk in. They take it in the main office. You will sign in and out by scanning your student IDs. And Central Crossing, if you're already in your own building, you will still have to follow the sign-in process. You just don't have to worry about signing out. So that is not anything to worry about now. This is for when you actually get to go in person. I just wanted to put that up there for you to know. We talked about the semester gaps between the school district and Columbus State Community College. What do students do when Southwestern City School District is in session, but Columbus State Community College is not? We talked about it. Whatever your parents make you do, or whatever you'd want to do on your own. If you don't have class and we're in session, but the ALC, because it's tied to Columbus State, if they're off and Southwestern's in, you're off if it's during that time. So when you're done the semester, you're done the semester. So the ALC courses, these are college classes. You will be a card-carrying college student. This isn't college light. This isn't, it's our teachers teaching you college material. This is college professors teaching college materials at a college level to college students, which you all are. They are weighted. These college courses are weighted equal to advanced placement courses. The only things that aren't weighted to the advanced placement courses are electives, which carry still an honors weight. And when I say elective, I'm talking about like Coles 1101, which is the first year seminar experience, business management, BMGT 1008. So they're electives, but you still get an honor weight. The college courses and the semester grades will appear on our district report card as it appears on the Columbus State Community College transcript. That is part of the law that we have to do that. So again, you're going to have a college transcript, and then your college courses will be transcripted to your high school report card and transcript as well. And I said that the ALC course grades will also appear on the official college transcript, which means students will begin their college GPAs when they first begin taking these courses. So understand that. The clock starts ticking on your college GPA day one. So ALC grades are given at the end of the course at semester time. You do not have term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4 grades. You do not have the same traditional midterm final. You are running on a college calendar, so you only get grades at semester. There are, like I said, there are no in progress grades. There are no quarter grades. If you are an athlete, you can go to your athletic director. And I can tell you, if you're at Franklin Heights, that is Kyle Gibson. If you are at Grove City High School, that's Chris Sander or Doug Jones. If you are at Central Crossing, that's John Marshall or Dennis Dew. And if you are at Westland, that will be Brian Lowry. And they will give you a form that you can take to your college professors, and they will write an in-progress grade for athletic purposes. So if you're an athlete, don't worry about it. You'll be taken care of. Now, this is important grading information. Students who earn an F in a course are going to be responsible for the cost of the course. It says, and textbooks. You won't be responsible for the textbooks. You'll return them to us anyway. But you will be responsible for the cost of the course. I believe at this point, Columbus State is charging us, well, I'll get you the exact information, but I believe it's like $160 per credit. So it isn't that expensive, but it still hurts if you get multiple Fs and you have to pay for that course. That's not what we want for you. Students who earn a D may not be able to continue through the program due to prerequisite requirements. So, for example, if you are taking English 1100 and get a D, you cannot go to the next course in the sequence, which would be English 2367. The reason you can't do that is because English 2367 has a prerequisite that says you have to have a C or better in English 1100. If that happens in this program, that D might impede your ability to continue with the program. This is why it's very important to not struggle quietly. Let your counselor know, let your professor know, and let your college advisor know that you need help. So, add drop policy. This is important. Here's what we found, and I don't think it's a coincidence. Students are not permitted to drop an ALC course and continue with the ALC program. And here's what I mean by that. These courses are designed to meet all college graduation requirements and are expected to be taken as designed. When I say you're not allowed to drop an ALC course, if you get to a point where you're afraid you're going to get a D or F, obviously that's a time where you would want to drop a course, and we'll talk about that. What I'm saying is you're not dropping a course because it's on a Friday and you want to have your Fridays off. If you try to leave a course, you have to substitute another college course or an advanced accelerated course at your home high school, which is going to be impossible to do because they run 5 days a week, not one. So it really gives you limited options. This is basically, all these courses are designed so they build on each other. You need all these courses in each program to go towards your degree. None of these courses are wasted courses. None of these courses are throwaway courses. So I just want to put that out there. Now, if there are extenuating circumstances and students do need to replace one course with another, then you're going to want to speak to your homeschool counselor, fill out the course drop form. And there is no financial penalty for drops by September 13th. And again, if you're trying to drop by September 13th, you're going to want to pick up another college course. So College Credit Plus students receive a W indicating the withdrawal from a course if they drop a course between September 13th and November 5th. There is no GPA impact on the college transcript showing a W. It will show up on a college transcript, and what you don't want is having a bunch of W's all over your college transcript. When you're going to get your first job, if they want to see that college transcript, they're going to wonder, why did a student sign up for so many courses and just kind of didn't follow through with them? So even though a W doesn't impact your GPA negatively, it doesn't do anything for your GPA. It could have some challenging optics in the future. It's okay if you do a couple here and there. I had a couple withdrawals through my bachelor degree, and that's okay. If you try to drop a course after November 5th, you're going to receive the current grade in the course, which will include all your missed assignments for the remainder of the semester, it will likely result in an F. Students in this scenario will be responsible for the cost of the course, and you'll be going to be put on academic probation. And let's talk about that. A student who's placed on probation is any student that earned lower than a cumulative 2.0 GPA in the college classes, or if you withdraw from 2 or more courses in the same term, you're going to be put on probation. So what does that mean? Well, when you're on probation, you can't enroll in more than one college course. Here's the problem with this. Our programs, you're taking at least 3 courses a semester. So if you're put on probation, it really kicks you out of the ALC. Does that mean you can't take College Credit Plus? No, you can. You can only take 1 college course, but you just can't take it through the ALC because it's a program. It's 3 courses. It's not 1. So please do whatever you can to make sure that you're not withdrawing from 2 or more courses in the same term or fall below a 2.0 GPA. And you can't enroll in the same course in the same subject in which you previously earned that D or F. There is a waiver you can do to do that, but typically they don't let you do that, which I never understood, but that's the college rules. So you're going to remain on probation until you improved your GPA to 2.0 or higher. Okay, so understand that you have to improve that GPA to 2.0 or higher to get off of that probation. I will say this. 95% of the students taking College Credit Plus never get put on probation, but there are a percentage that have, and that could be for many reasons. And none of those reasons are a lack of ability or capacity to do it. So I will say that every single one of the students in this program is completely capable of doing the work. So what happens if you're on probation and you don't increase it, and then you're on probation for 2 terms? Well, then you're dismissed from the College Credit Plus program, and you're not allowed to enroll in college courses for the following term. Once that term is up, that you've been on dismissal, you can request your high school to allow you to participate again. But that will have to be in writing, and you'll have to say, I was on dismissal. I would like to be reconsidered to be able to take College Credit Plus again. And here's what I think I'm going to do differently. So there are forms that we provide for probation. There's forms for dismissal, and there's on that form what you're going to do differently to be considered to come back from a dismissal. So it's not, I hate the term, but it's not a death sentence. It's just very difficult. It's not good. Just don't go there. So expectations for all students. You're going to get a course syllabus. Follow it. You're going to use Blackboard, Cougar Web, Turnitin.com. I'm going to talk about this more. You have a Columbus City School email account. Check it daily. Check your Blackboard account daily. If you have problems signing into either of those, you're going to want to talk to your school counselor. I would say don't do it tomorrow, do it Monday. So if you can't get into your CSCC email account, not only your counselors, you can call Columbus State. That would be your first step. You are college students. Advocate for yourself. Communicate your needs. Do not wait and be afraid to approach an instructor, a professor, or any adult that is supposed to be here to help you and provide you support. Take advantage of all the college resources. They have an online writing center. They have on their website, you can sign up for tutors. They have people that you can call. You'll have a college advisor who you can call. You can still call your counselor. If you have a teacher in your home high school that you really like, or an administrator, you can call them or stop in their office. Do not sit there and sweat it. We are here for you, and I cannot stress that enough. So what do I do now? Well, here's what you want to do. You're going to want to access this Columbus State Community College virtual orientation. Do not fret if you remember, you're going to have access to this presentation. But If somehow you can't find the presentation or you freak out and really need to see it tonight, what you can do is can get on Columbus State Community College's website, type in College Credit Plus, and it'll take you to the virtual orientation. From this point on, students, check your Blackboard and Columbus State Community College email daily. You might want to do it once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. Just get in the habit of it. You can access your Blackboard by going to Columbus State Community College.edu and clicking on Blackboard, which is at the top right-hand corner of the screen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do one better. I'm going to show you. Because it took me a second, because I always look for this stuff. It's right here. Blackboard, Cougar Web. You use the same email, your Columbus State email, and that's how you can get to your email too. So you have the ability to do that very simply. There you have it. If you cannot access your Columbus State Community College email or Blackboard account, contact Columbus State first at their dual credit office. The number is right there. The website's right there. And I'm going to leave this up for a second. Here's the fourth thing. You can pick up your ALC textbooks at Central Crossing High School. You're going to come to the front of the building. This is one time where you're allowed to park in the front. Wednesday, August 26th, from 8 to 10, 10:30 to 12:30, or 1 to 3. If for whatever reason August 26th really falls through, go ahead and call Central Crossing High School, ask to talk to somebody that can help you with ALC textbooks, and they will set up something for you. So again, you're not going to, if you miss something, we'll help you pick it back up. Don't freak out, but try to get there August 26th. Again, 8 to 10, 10:30 to 12:30, or 1 to 3. I'm going to say this again, and for those of you who picked it up the first 2 times, I apologize, but this presentation will be on your school website. Hopefully it'll be there tomorrow. Worst case scenario, it'll be there Monday. And it'll be on the district website. Worst case scenario, Monday. I'm going to try to get it on there for you all tomorrow. So again, all of this will be there for you. If you've gone through, tried to talk to people at Columbus State, you're still struggling, always call the school and ask for your counselor. I know that, for example, every school, Gretchen Turner at the Career Academy, has always been very helpful for the students at the Career Academy. All the counselors are, but she's the one that deals with a lot of College Credit Plus. Amy Shue at Central Crossing High School typically works a lot with College Credit Plus. Franklin Heights, Katie Binkley at Franklin Heights is the one that deals with a lot of the College Credit Plus work. Erin Hibbett at Westland is the one that is the counselor there that does a lot of the College Credit Plus, and Valerie Williams at Grove City High School is the one that really oversees College Credit Plus. It's okay to contact them. You should first be trying to contact the college at the numbers that I've provided here. Okay, so this is the most important slide for you all at this point. Also, what does your schedule look like? Well, that's going to be coming out shortly. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be running schedules, and I think you should be getting them by this week, next week you should be getting them. Again, if you want to know when that's coming and the information is not on your school website, which it should be, you can call and ask. Who do I contact? So if Office of Disability Services, if you have an IEP, you can still get services through their Office of Disability Services. It's not the same type of service or support you get from intervention specialists at the high schools, but they do have supports for students with IEPs. Our college advisor for our district, her name is Nicole Martin. There's her phone number. Okay. And then obviously, who do I contact? Your home high school counselor. I know there's going to be questions. And again, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit this slide. I'm going to reiterate that if you click, I see no questions in the chat box, and I find that near impossible. While I think that I do a pretty good job, I know I didn't do that good of a job. Let me stop presenting. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, if you all, and maybe that's what I need to do, maybe I need to show you how to get to the chat box. Okay, so here's the chat box. You click on it, you go down here. And just hit return. There you go. You answered the question I had about the schedule. Oh, it's a smiley face. That's good. For a second, I thought it was a meh, which I get that a lot for some reason. I get meh. I got to do better. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this chat up for a little bit. And if right now you have some questions, I think we have a little bit of time here. Go ahead and put those questions in, and I can do my best to answer them for you. And if you don't have any questions, you can go ahead and log off, or you can listen to some of these. Second year ALC student, I've already been exposed to all the information in my previous year. There's not going to be anything completely new for the second year ALC students at this point. I will tell you, depending on programs, we're working on some new internships with the software development and partnerships, and our health sciences. You can't be doing that because this is our first year doing that. So you are good to go. If anybody can get a hold of this Zayad, I'm going to mispronounce your last name, Zayad Rajib. He's a professional. This is his second year, so let him know. Okay, if we return to face-to-face while the ALC is online, can the students be in study hall at their home school until their high school classes start, or do they need to wait? Really wondering about, okay. So that is something, that's a great question. What if your transportation is the only way you can get there? Take the transportation to school. The school will find a place for you to work. Excellent question, Rachel. I hope I answered that for you. If you can't log into Blackboard, you want to contact the college. I've attached, if you can see, I've attached this presentation to your invite. So if you look at your invite, you should be able to see that I've attached a presentation. If you really can't call your counselor, wait till Monday, call your counselor, and they will get you the information. But I can tell you right now, if you can't get onto your you want to call this number to access Blackboard or your email account. Call 614-287-5349. If that one doesn't work, then you can call Nicole Martin, who's going to be your college advisor, at 614-287-2680. That will help you. So either of those two numbers, or don't hesitate, call your counselor. Picking up a laptop, great question. that can be done, I believe that is done the same time you pick up your textbooks on August 26th. Again, that's from 8 to 10, 10:30 to, I'm not going to give you the wrong information. I just said it. 8 to 10, 10:30 to 12:30, or 1 to 3. And you should be able to get everything you need at that point in time. Now, that's, okay, let me rephrase that. That is if the laptop is associated with software development. If you need a Chromebook in general for online learning, that information is going to come from your home high school. If you need that information, call your home high school. They'll tell you when that laptop pickup is. If you're talking about the laptop for the software development, you'll get it at the same time you pick up your textbooks. And I think I answered your question. Yes, you are allowed to work at your home high school if you have transportation problems. You just work that out with the administration or your counselor. They understand and expect it. That's a great question. For students who had ALC last year, how would you like us to return our books for those who haven't already? Hold on to them. And when we come in, Mr. Jones, when we come in face-to-face, we will set up a pickup. Even the colleges aren't accepting the returns right now, so there's no reason for us to rush that getting them. We don't have anywhere to put them, and we can't give them back yet. So you hold on to them. As soon as we're back face-to-face, your counselors will get in touch with you, and you can return them. Don't worry, you're not going to get caught holding the bill on that one. Great questions. I like students advocating for themselves and bringing up really thoughtful questions. Good work. When will we know what books we need to pick up? Justice, all you have to do is show up to Central Crossing High School, go to the front of the building. There's going to be a door with a sign that says ALC textbook pickup. You walk in there, and it's August 26th, again, from 8 to 10. I keep 8:30 to 10, 10:30 to 12:30, or 1 to 3. And they'll just give you the textbooks. You don't need to know which ones you need. They'll know which ones you need. So they'll have them by program for you. You're already registered for classes. You don't have to do anything else, Isabel. You're good to go. You can call Columbus State. I don't know if they're going to answer now, but you can call Columbus State in the morning. I think regular office hours are probably usually 8 or 8:30 to like 4 or 4:30. They should answer. If they don't answer or get back to you within, an hour or two, again, it's okay. If you have to call the school for help, I'm not sure the school's going to be able to help you on the Blackboard get in, but you want to call those 2 numbers I gave you. They will get back to you, Jessica. If they don't, call the school and we'll get you the help you need, okay? Don't worry about it. And nobody's going to fall behind. The first week, by the way, let me just put this out there. The first week in the ALC, the first actually week and a half, 2 weeks, the professors are very accommodating. They understand, especially in the environment we're in right now, you're going to get a lot of latitude and leeway until you get acclimated. So don't freak out about it. Don't worry yourself sick about it, okay? That's a great point. The counselor from the Career Academy, Mrs. Turner, said make sure you are using your username, not your Cougar ID, and just your username, not your whole email. So try that. That might fix the problem for you. You can tell Mrs. Turner has dealt with this before. If you can't possibly make that Wednesday pickup time, call Central Crossing tomorrow and ask for either Mr. Marshall or Mr. Fair Mr. Fairs, and they will work out a time to get you those textbooks. If at all possible, get there Wednesday. If not, again, we're not going to throw your books away. We're not going to throw the laptop away. They were way too expensive. We'll make sure that you have access to them. What app or website is used to check our grades? I believe that is Blackboard. And that will be a question that your professor will help you answer. So I do believe that is Blackboard. I have a couple more minutes here. And again, if you're done asking questions, we're done. I'm just here for you right now. What should we do if we don't know our login for Blackboard? Then you want to definitely call Columbus State. And again, I'll go over the number again. If you do not know your account for email or Blackboard, call 614-287-5349. And you can also try Nicole Martin, advisor, at 614-287-2680. Oh, and Ms. Turner says if you can't get it a login for Blackboard, use your Cougar ID and go to the link for Cougar Web. You can discover your username and then set up your password that way. So, and if you don't have so that's how you handle that one. That's a good point. It is okay if your parent picks up the materials for you on Wednesday. Not a problem at all. Yeah, Cougar Web is a link at the top of the homepage. And again, I just took us off presentation, but I'll go back one more time and show you. If you type in on your browser, if you type in cscc.edu, here it is, cscc.edu. It takes you to this website. And right here, Blackboard, Cougar Web. So if I clicked on Cougar Web for students, and it gives you all the contact information, accept and continue. I'll be honest, I've never even been through here. So it'll give you all the information you need here. Here's how you log in, right down here. If you do not use your new username or password, please go to, I'm telling you, I've never done this before, and I already know how to do it. And that's a miracle. So it is that easy. The same thing with your email too, I would assume. If I want my email, I can click on that. To access your email, it gives you everything you need right here. Cougar Web, we've already done that.
If you look, Eric, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, if you look across the bottom of that page you were just on, go back one. My son might make noise. One more. Where'd it go? Click on the Cougar Web page.
Oh, okay.
There. Right across the bottom in small print, it says, what's my Cougar ID? What's my password? What's my username?
Right here.
That's where you can discover your username. You can set up your password and find all the information you need. So you'll be able to set up Blackboard, your login all by yourself. You just need to know either your social security number or your Cougar ID.
And if they don't know their Cougar number, then they have to call those Columbus State numbers.
Well, or they need to know their social security number.
Or know your social security number.
Yeah, or you can email your counselor because we have them all in Anthony's office as well.
So you see, I mean, thank you, Mrs. Turner. Again, extremely helpful. As you see, there's multiple ways to help you out. All right, on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank all of you for being here. Do not hesitate to reach out, ask the questions that you need answered. And I cannot reiterate this enough. Anything new is unsettling at times. Anything new, on top of anything new, like going to college for the first time and then having to do it online during a global pandemic when we're home from school, and that is insanely unsettling. Do not worry about it. We are here to help you through it. You are not alone. You will never be alone. You just have to advocate for yourself. What I see is a bunch of students that know how to do that already. Don't be afraid to reach out, pick up the phone, call your school, call Columbus State. Be persistent. And if you're not getting the answers you need, keep trying. Always, always keep trying. So you will be fine. Just give it time to settle in. Don't freak out. If it's uncomfortable for the first week, it's going to be, but it's really a wonderful experience at the end of it all. And you're going to graduate with as many college credits as, you can earn up to 120 of them, which is a bachelor's degree for free. So take advantage of it. Stick with it. You can do it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Have a good day, or have a good night.